By the raise of hands, how many of you think that dancing is a sport? Well, would you be surprised if I told you that a lot of people in this world don't believe dancing is a sport? And it is usually the people that don't dance. They just think it is a form of art, or they don't even think dance is close to being a sport. They misjudge dance, and they think dance is easy. Hands down, dance is a sport, and dance is not easy. I made a survey and let 6th grade take it. Here are the results. As you can see, 80.7% of the 57 students that took the survey think dancing is a sport. 8.8% don't think dancing is a sport, and 10.5% said maybe. 82.5% think dancing gives you enough exercise. 5.3% don't think dancing gives you enough exercise, and 12.3% said maybe. These results are obviously not including me. So the definition of a sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Dance is an activity and it involves physical exertion and skill, and in competition you are going against other teams, soloists, duos, or trios. Many people find dance entertaining and they like to do it for fun. So I just proved to you that dance is a sport and it fits the definition of a sport. Then why do you think people think dancing is easy, and why do they think that dance is not a sport? I'll get to that question later. What I want to tell you is, don't misjudge dance. I mean, it really gives you exercise. I want to tell you a true story. Every year at my dance studio, we have a recital. And every year we have a dance dance. So my dad tried it for the first time last year, and he was telling me that just by doing a couple minutes of dancing was harder than running a couple miles. He was sweating a lot after every practice, and he's doing it again this year. So I researched how many calories you burn in 1 hour for 5 different types of sports, but the calories you burn mainly depends on your weight. Here's the chart that I made. As you can see, after playing an hour of a basketball game, you burn 476 calories. After playing an hour of baseball, you burn 364 calories. After playing an hour of competitive football, you burn 544 calories. After doing an hour of vigorous dancing, you burn 450 calories. And after playing an hour of competitive soccer, you burn 620 calories. So the number of calories you burn in dance is in between the number of calories you burn in other sports. You can burn less than other sports, or you can burn more than other sports. So why do people misjudge dance? Dancing helps you stay in shape. I don't think people really see that because they look at the overview and don't realize how hard dancers work. If dancers didn't dance and all their muscles were turned into fat, they would not be so fit. I think people think that dancing is really easy because dancers make things look easier than they really are. If people who think that dancing is easy try dance, they would struggle. I can't see people that think that dancing is easy try on point shoes for the first time and succeed. You need tons of practice. There's a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche, who was a German classical scholar, a philosopher, and a critic of culture. He became one of the most influential of all modern thinkers. He said, "Dancing in all its forms cannot be excluded from the curriculum of all noble education. Dancing with the feet, with ideas, with words, and need I add that one must also be able to dance with the pen?" He said dancing cannot be excluded. People exclude dance by thinking it is not a sport. To the people who think that dancing is not a sport, you have a different perspective. You may think that it's a form of art. Well, it is. But it is also a sport. So don't misjudge dance and don't exclude it. I believe that my time is up, so thank you for letting me share with you.